I recommend you take a look at these 6 points to find out how to choose a good kitesurfing school. My name is Thiago Rocha and I've been teaching instructors how to teach for over 10 years. I have more than 25,000 logged hours on the IKO website. In this video, I'll share my experience into finding the best school. If you missed the last point, click here. And now we're going to talk about the 4th point, equipment. So when searching for a school, take a look at the equipment the school uses and how they prepare it. The type, model, size of an equipment, it's hard for a person who's starting up to really assess if it's the correct one or not. But you can take a better look at the lines and the size of the lines that the kite is being used on the lesson. If the lesson is starting or going up to water start, short lines are the most adequate lines that make you progress faster and safer. So check if the school uses the short lines on the first phases of teaching. As long as the wind is adequate and has enough power to keep the kite in the air, short lines should be used, as you do not need power to learn the skills. Only when you start water starting, you're gonna need long lines. So this is a very easy way to find out if the school has this concern of preparing short lines and making sure you learn the fastest way possible and the safest way possible. A higher control and perception is obtained by using short lines. If the school uses long lines on the beach, then you for sure should avoid this school. If you get lofted and if you pass the kite in the power zone on land, you can get lofted, you can get launched and hit land. So this is not a good idea. If you're on the water, that's not a great deal, because if you fall on water, so not a big problem. But on land, you can get hurt. Make sure the school provides you with a life vest and a helmet. And if possible, check if the instructor also uses one. This means they're serious in going into the water and helping you, making sure they have also the same gear in order to be in the water more easier and comfortable. Some schools also have a safety rescue team that is ready to help and support other instructors, making sure that the lesson runs smoother and faster by having a dedicated person to assist instructors when they need equipment or when they need just help to make you come back to the beach faster to restart an exercise. Most schools use seat harness, but curiously after, all riders use waist harness. So if the seat harness is so good, why don't you use them afterwards? Often when I ask candidate instructors, they say that it's because the kite is at 12 o'clock and it's pulling you and makes the harness go up. Well, maybe the reason is that the kite should not be at 12 o'clock. If you look at people when they walk with the kite or whenever they are riding, they never keep the kite at 12. 12 is again a passage point of the kite and it's not where the kite should be standing. So this is not a valid argument. Otherwise, why wouldn't you keep using a seat harness later after you've progressed? Why does everybody or the majority of people use a waist harness? The seat harness is good if you have a back problem because it pulls you from the bottom. But the seat harness also restrains your leg movement, making it harder for you to walk, making it harder for you to put the board on your feet because it's basically locking your legs. So, in fact, that's why most of the people use the waist harness. The seat harness does have a lower center of gravity, but it's not really necessary for the majority of the riding unless you're wanting to do racing and you want to pull your center of gravity lower, closer to the board. So unless you want to practice a specific riding style, the one that you're going to want to use is the waist harness, which is also better for your lessons. Otherwise, why would you use it after and not the seat one that you got put up in school? Another thing that is very dangerous is the leash. A lot of schools and still use the leash on the back of the harness, and this is completely against the IKO standards. The leash should be connected in the front, so in case of an emergency you can actually pull it. If you have it on the back, you can't really pull the safety system because it will be pulling you from behind and you will never reach it in order to pull it. Some quick tips then: check the line length, check if they use the harness on the front side of the harness, what type of harness they use. The instructor is always ready to help you. This is what makes a good school in terms of equipment and equipment usage for you to check out before going to kitesurf lesson. On the next video, we will cover the 5th point for you to look out when choosing a kite school. If you haven't done so, please show me some love by subscribing to our channel, clicking the like button if you like this video, or turning on the notification to find out when the next video is coming up. If you think this is a good way of checking the school and finding out how the equipment is good for the lesson or not, let me know in the comment section below. What equipment did you get? How hard was it for you to use it? If you like using it or not? And what overall difficulties you had while learning or when you're teaching? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.